Welcome to the Surrey Experience.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to the 50th episode of the Surrey Experience, the Big 5-0. Hey, who did you get for your 50th episode, huh? Did you get Drake? Did you get Tekashi 6ix9ine, whatever the fuck his name is? I got absolutely nobody. I asked one person and they totally big-time me. And then I got all defensive and shit, you know? I was like, you know what? Fuck everybody. I don't need anyone. I started this podcast myself, and god damn it, I'm going to do it solo for the 50th episode. So, yeah, I got no guests. I'm just going to be me running my mouth. But I do have some new shit on the horizon, so it's not all lost. But anyways, I wanted to thank everyone that came out this weekend for the third annual Santa Janelle St. Bindrawana Food and Toy Drive. It was such a great turnout, man. A great success once again. I had a great time there. Props to Jenny and Tal and everyone that put it together. The numbers this year were ridiculous, man. I think we doubled our donations from last year, which is amazing. Man, anytime our community gets together, we can really make some shit happen. So I look forward to the next food drive. I was really hoping like the mainstream media would pick it up, you know. I did reach out to the like few connects I have in the mainstream media, but no one seemed interested in reporting on it. No articles or nothing. But maybe yes, next year, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, honestly, thank you to everyone that came out and everyone that donated. This is just like the beginning of something really special. So, yeah, man. What else did I do on the weekend? Oh, I went to a strip club for like the first time in 2 years. And anyone who knows me knows I fucking hate strip clubs, man. But this time around, I had the time of my life. It's been a while since I went to a strip club, but I don't recall like that many immigrants being at strip clubs, you know, especially in like downtown. Dude, there was like these 4 dudes sitting on the table next to us, right? Fresh off the boat. You could tell. You could smell, I should say, right? They barely knew any fucking English. And dude, the level of excitement these dips had on their face. They were acting like they won the Super Bowl or something, right? Like high-fiving each other. And anyways, long story short, we befriended them, right? And we started buying them lap dances. And dude, it was fucking awesome. If you've never been to a strip club, there's 2 types of lap dances you can get, right? There's the one where they take you in the back and they give you like a private lap dance. And then there's like the more casual one where they kind of give you a lap dance right at your table in front of everyone. And it's like one of the most embarrassing, awkward things ever, right? So obviously we got them the lap dance at the table, right? The casual one. And dude, these guys were acting like they got laid or something. It was fucking hilarious, man. Even the strippers were laughing. I did that thing where, you know, when you wake up in the morning and you look in your wallet and you only got like $5 left. It's like, dude, where the fuck did all my money go? And then I realized I spent like $200 on getting these fucking immigrants lap dances. And honestly, man, it was worth every penny. Just to see the joy on their face. I felt like fucking Santa Claus. Honestly, I did a lot of charity work this weekend. I donated food at the toy drive. I bought these fucking immigrants lap dances. You know, I probably helped like a stripper pay her college tuition. I'm feeling really good about myself right now. At one point, dude, all 4 of them were like getting a lap dance at the same time, right? And the whole strip club were like, who the fuck are these guys, man? They look like they were like rich Saudi Arabian oil kids. I never got a chance to ask them, but I'm assuming that was like their first time in a strip club. Which got me thinking, like, that would be a great business idea, man. Opening up a strip club in India. Not even in India, like in Punjab. In, like, downtown Jalandhar. I wonder if there's any strip clubs in Punjab, man. It has to be, right? Who the fuck knows? At one point, one of the strippers were like, aren't you guys going to get lap dances for yourselves? And we were like, nah, we're good. Oh, dude, I know where all my money went. We had to fucking keys please my buddy's car, right? That shit was a fucking tax, man. Speaking of keys, please, have you guys seen the new marijuana driving laws? They're fucking ridiculous, dude. Like the amount of weed you're allowed to have in your system before you can get a DUI. Hold on, let me pull it up. 1 second. How much weed can you smoke before driving? Canada. Oh, by the way, I gotta thank my boy Harry for hooking me up with a vape kit. If anyone needs any smoking paraphernalia in the Surrey area, make sure you hit up the Delta newsstand. It's on 80th and Scott Road. Okay, here we go. How much weed can you smoke before getting behind the wheel? Simply put, none. Yeah, this is it. So, taking one toke of a joint is enough to lead to a traffic fine. Dude, one fucking toke, man. Drivers who smoke weed and don't want to get caught legally impaired would need to wait at least several hours before getting behind the wheel, said Doug Burness. There really is no amount of cannabis you can smoke and stay under a level of 2 nanograms per milliliter, he said in an interview from Ottawa. Transportation Minister Brian Mason said drivers who use cannabis should wait at least 24 hours before heading out on the road. 24 fucking hours. But using alcohol regulations as a framework for cannabis could be problematic, Burness suggested. A blood alcohol content of 0.08 or higher can lead to a criminal charge. That number, 80 milligrams of alcohol in 100 milliliters of blood, amounts to around 4 drinks or more for most people. So basically, if you have like 3 or 4 beers, you can drive. You'll be fine, according to this article. But if you take one hit out of a joint, you can get a fucking DUI. Testing for THC. The federal government has said saliva-based screening is under development, which would give police a roadside tool to screen drivers under suspicion of using drugs. But there's no test that determines an individual's impairment. Even waiting 24 hours doesn't guarantee a negative THC blood test. A chronic cannabis user who smokes 3 or more blunts a day could test positive for THC 2 weeks after quitting, Burness said. Dude, that's such fucking bullshit. So you could be sober for 2 weeks and still get a DUI? How the fuck does that make any sense? You can get like the biggest raging alcoholic, like beats his wife every day, right? And as long as he's sober the day of, he can drive. It's all good. But if you're a stoner and you're sober, you can still get fucked over. That doesn't add up, man. It seems like the people that are making these rules have no idea what the fuck they're doing. This is just another way for the government to fucking, fuck us over. There's no way you could smoke a joint today and still be high tomorrow. Like, that's not how it works, man. It's not fucking crack, I would never do this because fuck the police, but I could bust like every stoner in Surrey in a heartbeat. That's fucking on the road. It would be easy too. Like, all you'd have to do is find a brown guy who's like following the driving laws to a T. Like if you see a brown guy driving with his hands 10 and 2 on the wheel, or if you see a brown guy like not go on a yellow light, you should pull that fucking guy over right away. Like, dude, you didn't take the yellow light. What are you, fucking high or something? You're going 50 kilometers in a 50 zone. You smoking dope? Huh? What's a Surrey Jack name? Jazz? You're driving a Benz, but you're letting people go ahead of you. Are you fucking high, Jazz? That's my brother's name, by the way. One of the most underrated names ever. Jazz. I was always jealous of that name growing up. It's just the perfect fucking name, Like my parents named my brother Jazzpreet, and the crafty little bastard just shortened his name from Jazzpreet to Jazz. And he's been like killing it ever since, man. It's like the fucking perfect name. Because Jazz is a desi name, but it can totally pass for a white guy name. It makes sense, It's like a smooth transition. It's like reversible shorts. You can use both sides. You could be Jasprit the immigrant or Jazz the insurance guy. Like, dude, my parents named me Verinder. You know what my white guy name's been? Ben. It's like, dude, how the fuck do you get Ben from Verinder? It doesn't even like start with the same letter, It's not smooth. But Jazzpreet to Jazz. Fucking brilliant, man. And by white guy name, I mean like white people can pronounce it on their first try. No white guy has ever mispronounced the name Jazz, right? Like, sorry, what did you say your name was? Jizz? Oh, Jazz. Jazz. Sorry about that. Dude, people in the fucking Ku Klux Klan could pronounce Jazz. Another great thing about the name Jazz is it's bisexual, right? Like, the name works for males and females. Like, dude, how many ungrateful bitches have you met with the name Jazz, right? There's like Jazz Deep, Jazz G. Oh, dude, don't even get me started on Jazzleen. Those fucking psychopaths, Fuck Jazzleen. I'm just fucking around. Never met a girl named Jasleen before. I wonder if there's any white guys named Jazz. No, right? That's like an exclusively Punjabi name. I'm trying to think. Well, there's DJ Jazzy Jeff from the Freshman from Bel Air. You know? But I don't think it's the same thing. Hold on, let me look it up. DJ Jazzy Jeff. Okay, Jeffrey Allen Towns, known professionally as DJ Jazzy Jeff or simply Jazz. Yeah, his is jazz, like Jazz, like the music genre. So that doesn't really count. I'm talking about JAS. What does jazz even mean? Should I look this up? Hold on. What does jazz mean? Jazz is an acronym, abbreviation, or slang word that means just a second. No. What does jazz mean in Punjabi? Jazz means gift of God, supplanter, God is gracious, son of Sikh. How could 3 letters mean that much shit? Yeah, if you want to give your kid a traditional name, but you don't want him to get bullied, I would go with Jazz. Dude, I felt like such a fucking immigrant growing up, right? Like when I was in elementary school, they put me in ESL classes, right? English as a second language. It's like, dude, I was born here, man. I'm a fucking Canadian citizen. I haven't even discovered weed yet, so I'm like doing pretty well in school, you know? They didn't even test you back in my day, right? If you were brown and you had a name like Varinder, they just fucking automatically threw you in ESL class. Fucking bullshit, dude. You know who never went to ESL? My brother, because his name was Jazz. Anyways, what the fuck am I talking about? But yeah, I decided for the 50th episode, I'm going to play some of Surrey Experience's greatest hits, some of the stupid shit I've said over the years. And then after this, I'm changing it all up, man. We're going to be doing things a little differently from now on. It's time to evolve a bit here. So the first 50 episodes were cool and everything, but I got to get with the times. I got to go more mainstream. So I'm ready to play ball, all right? I'm going to start showing my face. I'm going to start taking like selfies with my mom and all that shit, right? Like hashtag mama bear. I hate when people do that. They post a picture on their mom on Instagram and they hashtag it mama bear. It's like, dude, you're fucking 30 years old, man. Grow up. But yeah, I'm going to be doing all that shit, man. I'm going to stop making fun of chicks, you know? I'm going to start buying my girl flowers, right? Like all the rest of these pansies. I'm going to do a total 180. You're not even going to be able to recognize me. Not that you could anyway, but yeah, that's the next step. So I want to dedicate the 50th episode of this podcast to all my real fans, the hardcore ones. There's only a few of you out there, but I swear to God, dude, I'm going to take this shit to the next level and I'm going to take you with me. So yeah, this was the 50th episode of the Surrey Experience. Now on to the next 50 and let's win there. Bobby Kennedy? Anyone? No? All right, so after the music, I'm going to be playing some of the Surrey Experience Podcast greatest hits. And then you'll be seeing the new me very soon. Can I ask you guys a question? Why the fuck does every Surrey girl wear a black New York Yankees hat? I thought Derek Jeter retired. Dude, I've seen at least over 200 Surrey girls wearing the same New York Yankees hat. And you know they don't give a shit about baseball. Even dudes don't give a shit about baseball. They think it makes them look like fashionable or cool or some shit. But we all know why they're wearing the New York Yankees hat. Just because they're too lazy to do their hair, right? It's a fucking cop-out, man. If you see a Surrey girl wearing a New York Yankees hat, don't be afraid to call her out. When chicks wear a hat, it's like stuffing their bra. It's fucking cheating. Dude, if a Surrey girl sees a chick wearing the same colored dress as her, she freaks the fuck out. But for some reason, they all wear the same stupid Yankees hat. And dude, I'm not trying to trash Surrey girls. I love Surrey girls. Surrey girls, pound for pound, are some of the most beautiful chicks in the world, dude. They're fucking gorgeous. They're all in relatively good shape. They all smell good. You know what I mean? They got everything going for them. From their foreheads to their toes, they're some of the most beautiful girls in the world. Why they choose to fuck it up by wearing that stupid Yankees hat is beyond me. They probably don't even buy it. They probably just fucking steal it, right? Because every Surrey girl at one point in their life has gone through a phase where they just stole a bunch of shit, right? Every Surrey girl has been a thief at one point or time in their life. That's a fact. Every chick I went to high school with was stealing shit. Every chick was a thief, man. Because if you didn't steal, you were like considered a nerd. You couldn't be one of the cool kids because you wouldn't have all the cool clothes or whatever. So these girls back in the day, they had to fend for themselves. No, they didn't have the money to buy shit themselves, and their parents weren't going to buy them because they're brown and they wouldn't buy the slutty clothes. And they couldn't, at that age, it was hard to like sucker some dude to buy it for them. So they had to resort to stealing. Dude, they used to steal everything. Makeup, clothes, fucking bed sheets. You name it, man. These chicks were like pros. They were stealing left, right, and center. And they never got caught. They never, ever fucking got caught. They were like wizards, dude. Someone should do that. They should gather up all the clothes that Surrey girls have stolen in the past 20 years and like donate it to some charity, right? You could probably clothe all the kids in Africa with that shit. People think the guys from Surrey are gangster. There's nothing more gangster than the Surrey girls. Because when you're a Surrey girl, you grew up with all the same gangsterness that the guys did, but with none of the fear. Like, if I got in an altercation with some dude, there's a chance that he might come and try to blow my brains out. Try is the word there, because Lord knows people in Surrey aren't too accurate. But Surrey girls, man, they have no fear. They can say whatever the fuck they want to whoever the fuck they want, and nothing's going to happen to them. Someone might slap off their stupid Yankees hat, but that's about it. And if they do get hurt, they can just stitch themselves up because every fucking chick in Surrey is a nurse. Anyone else find that fucking hilarious? Every chick in Surrey is either a nurse and or a makeup artist. You ever want to meet a Surrey girl? Just punch yourself in the face and go to the emergency room. It's pretty fucking scary when you think about it. Surrey girls couldn't keep a secret if their life depended on it. And they have access to all our medical records. So if you think you got away with that STD, I promise you, there's like 20 Surrey girls out there that know what you got. Fucking every Surrey chick's a nurse, man. I promise you, if you go to a wedding in Surrey this summer, that bride will be a nurse. 9 times out of 10, that bride will be a nurse. Because every Surrey girl that's a nurse is either married or on the verge of getting married. Because being a nurse is like the perfect supplementary income. I should find out how much nurses make. Hold on 1 second. Let me Google this shit. Surrey nurse income. I should write annual. Surrey girl annual income. Okay, let's see. RN in Surrey salary. The average rate for a registered nurse in Surrey, British Columbia is $33.87 per hour. Holy fuck, that's not bad. Dude, they make like 50 grand a year. Salaries can range from $25.37 to $42.33. Holy shit. Yeah, that's perfect. As long as the dude is making good money, the Surrey girl can become a nurse and live like a lavish fucking lifestyle. There's literally like 20,000 Surrey girls that are nurses out there. And like 3 Surrey girls that are doctors, right? Because med school is too hard. I don't know why I'm talking shit. I barely fucking graduated high school. And the ones that aren't nurses are all fucking makeup artists, right? MUAs or whatever the fuck they call them. Someone should just open up a post-secondary school, right? The Nursing and Makeup Institute of Surrey. Sell like fucking Yankee hats in the cafeteria, right? And all the Surrey girls can go there. They can try out nursing for a semester, then try out makeup for a semester, and then like pick a fucking street, you know? You know, it's fucking hilarious. Surrey girls are like the most high maintenance chicks ever. Yet they like clean people's shit for a living. I know that's not all they do, but still, man. Fuck, that's a tough gig though, man. They should probably make more than $33 an hour, right? Surrey girls need a pay raise. I don't want this to come off like I'm trashing Surrey girls. I love Surrey girls. To all the Surrey girls out there, I love you all. I really do. But it's getting hard to defend you guys when you're all wearing the same goddamn hat all the time. This hangover is the worst too because it was one of those hangovers that wasn't even worth it. You know what I mean? Like, I went out Saturday night and it was like the shittiest night ever, right? So like Saturday rolls around and I finally have some free time. So I roll up a pretty nice joint and I smoke the thing, right? And then my buddy calls me and he's all like, "What up, bro? It's fucking Saturday. Let's go have some beers," right? And I'm like, all right, cool. You know, let's do it. I could use a fucking beer right now. So buddy picks me up and we start cruising. And next thing you know, we're driving past the Alex Fraser Bridge, and we never leave Surrey, like ever, unless it's like a must, right? So I'm almost like, dude, where the fuck you taking us? And he's all like, "Oh, I thought it'd be a good idea if we had a couple beers at the strip club, bro." I was like, dude, what the fuck? I never agreed to that. You can't just take me to a fucking strip club, right? It's like 5 p.m. and it's like daylight outside and I'm like ripped out of my mind. I was like, dude, fuck that. I'm not going to a strip club. And he's all like, come on, bro, please. I haven't gone to a strip club in fucking forever, bro. It's like, dude, you're not supposed to go to strip clubs, you fucking jack. I swear to God, man, I hang out with the biggest fucking morons ever. Anyone that knows me knows I hate strip clubs. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate a nice rack as much as the next guy, but something about strip clubs just creep me the fuck out, you know? Every time I go to a strip club, I just want to like go home and take a shower after. But usually I'm drunk, so it's not a big deal. But this time I was stoned out of my mind, and it was like one of the most awkward experiences of my life. Because when I'm high, I'm like antisocial as fuck. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to be at home, like under my blankie, you know? So anyways, we go in the strip club and we sit down and we order beers. And like me and my buddy are the only guys in there that are under like 30, you know? The rest are like old, dirty perverts. And there's like strippers walking by and I'm like so high, I can't even look them in the eye. I don't know what it is, but strippers just scare the shit out of me. Just like what they've seen in their life, all the access of information they have. Who knows men better than a stripper, you know? So I don't know. It was the worst experience ever, man. If you're going to go to a strip club, do not smoke weed before you go. Please. It is the worst idea ever. You know how I knew I was too high to be in there? I wasn't even like watching the strippers on stage taking their clothes off. I was watching like the old disgusting perverts watch the strippers take their clothes off. And all I could think to myself was, if all the men in the strip club just turned their back to the stage and stopped paying attention to the strippers, we would all get free lap dances. You know what I mean? Like the strippers would be buying us drinks. But instead, like these stupid fucking perverts are sitting in the front row, foaming at the mouth, like they've never seen a fucking naked lady before. And then they wonder why lap dances cost like $100. Those guys are the worst, man. The guys who sit in the front row at the strip club. If you've ever gone to a strip club and you sat in the front row during the day, you need to fucking kill yourself. The only time it's acceptable to sit in the front row at a strip club is like if you left your reading glasses at home or some shit. Oh, it was the worst, man. Every 2 minutes, some like stripper would come by and ask us if we wanted to dance, you know? And it was freaking me the fuck out. I told my buddy, I was like, dude, I need to get out of here. I'm too high. I'm going to have a fucking heart attack. And he's all like, relax, bro. I'll buy you a lap dance, right? And I was like, dude, if you buy me a lap dance, I will punch you in your fucking face. Right? So this fucking asshole, he starts waving the stripper down and like pointing to me. And I almost had a heart attack, man. I was like, dude, fuck this. I just threw 20 down for the bill and I just got the fuck out of that strip club, dude. As I was walking out, the lady at the front was like, we'll see you next time. And I was like, no, you won't, bitch. I'm never, ever coming back to this shithole again. So I just went outside and I just stood by his car and waited. And I had to wait for like 10 minutes because this fucking animal ended up buying himself a lap dance. You know, I could tell he got himself a lap dance because when he got in the car, his hands like reeked like hand sanitizer. Because for some fucked up reason, when you get a lap dance, the strippers make you put on hand sanitizer. If anyone should be putting on the hand sanitizer, it's the fucking strippers that are like grinding on dudes all day. The balls on some of these strippers, man. Swear to God. I don't know. It was just a shit night, man. Then we got out of there. We went back to Surrey and like we went to this bar, right? So it's a classic Surrey bar story, right? So we're all hanging out. Everyone's having a good time. And then like after 12, a huge fight breaks out and shit hits the fan and we all had to get the fuck out of there, right? So we go back to my buddy's house and we like call like one of those like after hour like bottle services and we get like more alcohol and we just go to my buddy's house and sit in his like basement, his dungeon, and we just sit there and drink for no fucking reason until like 6 a.m. And then finally I just called a cab and I went home, right? And as soon as I'm pulling in to my house with the cab, my dad's like pulling out of the driveway in his cab to go to work. That was the worst. Right? And right away he starts giving me shit. He's all like, where the fuck were you? You need to get married, right? And all that bullshit. It's like, dude, I thought you fucking retired. What the fuck? Having a dad that drives a cab is the worst, man. Especially in Surrey, because for some fucked up reason, I get blamed for all the dumb shit everyone else does that takes a cab, you know? Like last week, my dad picked up some brown dude, and like he picked him up from like jail or like a holding cell or some shit, right? And then my dad asked him like, what happened? Why were you here? And this fucking idiot actually told my dad the truth. He was all like, you know, telling him like how he got busted with drugs. It's like, why the fuck would you tell him the truth, you idiot? You know, and then my dad came home and he started giving me shit. Like, all you kids are fucked up. It's like, dude, I don't even fucking know the guy, man. Dude, one time my fucking dad, right, he picked up this brown girl, right? And according to my dad, she wasn't wearing too much clothing, you know? And she was like shit-faced out of her mind. And he came home and he's all like asking me like, are brown girls really like that? Like, do they dress like that? Do they drink? I'm like, no, hell no. They don't fucking drink. They wear like suits to clubs and shit. I don't think he believed me, but you know, trying to like fucking help our generation out here. Keep our generation's dignity alive. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the Surrey Experience episode 20 something. How's everyone doing? I'm recording this on the 30th of November 2016, which means December is tomorrow, which means it is the least wonderful time of the year. Does anyone else think Christmas is like overrated, or is it just me? I don't know, dude. I fucking hate Christmas. I blame my parents for me not having like any Christmas spirit, you know? Because don't get me wrong, I have the greatest parents of all time, but they had no idea what the fuck they were doing when it came to the holidays. You know what I mean? And I'll cut them some slack because back in the day, there was no Google. So when they came from India, they just kind of had to wing it. But they just like, they left so many holes in the story that I never got to enjoy Santa Claus as a kid, you know? Like my parents really tried. Like they got an A for effort, but they were just fucking clueless, man. Like they would buy me and my brother one gift that we'd have to share, right? And they'd claim it's from Santa Claus. It's like, yeah, Mom, I don't think that's how it works. You know, I've never heard of Santa Claus buying two people one gift, right? That's how I knew it was all bullshit. And my dad, he would always put up like one stocking with like nobody's name on it, and there would never be anything inside. Dude, we didn't even have a fucking Christmas tree. Just every year on the 25th of December, one random Christmas present would like magically appear on the dining room table, right? Dude, like I used to even leave out milk and cookies every year, right? Every fucking year. And every Christmas morning when I checked, they'd be like sitting there untouched. No one would ever fucking eat them. Then I started putting the pieces together, right? I was like, how the fuck could Santa Claus's fat ass not eat the milk and cookies I left for him? I put them right next to the fucking chimney. Something's not adding up here. And then one day I just went up to my brother. I'm like, hey man, this whole Santa Claus thing, it seems like a bunch of bullshit, right? And he's like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. And that's how I found out Santa Claus wasn't real. Then when I was like in the third grade and all like my classmates, that's when they first started finding out that Santa Claus didn't exist. And all these little fucking nerds are freaking out, right? Like, oh my God, Santa Claus isn't real. Santa Claus isn't real. It's like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I knew that shit when I was 4. Even the one present my parents would get us, like I never even got to play with because my brother would just beat the shit out of me and take it, you know? So that's probably why I have no Christmas cheer. I couldn't believe how traumatized all the kids in my class were. I don't know, man. I never really gave a shit. Santa Claus not existing like had no effect on me as a child. You know what did traumatize me? When I found out wrestling wasn't real. That shit broke my heart, man. Because I was like the biggest wrestling fan of all time when I was a kid. I didn't give a shit about candy. I didn't give a shit about toys. All I cared about was wrestling, man. Like Bret the Hitman Hart, he was a god to me, dude. I fucking worship that dude. He was so good, man. I really believed it. I believed, like, I bought it hook, line, and sinker, man. I thought that shit was real as fuck. And I was so obsessed with it, man. Every kid in my neighborhood was obsessed with wrestling. We used to like watch wrestling religiously and then like mimic the moves on each other. You know, like we'd like power bomb each other and like fucking put the sharpshooter on each other and shit, right? There was always that one guy on the block that had a trampoline, which was like the closest thing to a wrestling rink, right? And we would all go there and wrestle each other. We would make like belts made out of cardboard and shit, right? And back then we didn't know it was fake. So we would actually like punch each other in the face for real. Dude, there was this one guy in my neighborhood, right? He wanted to mimic a wrestler climbing to the top rope and jumping off, right? So this fucking moron, he goes up to the balcony, right? And he jumps off and he like totally mistimed his jump and he like landed right on the fucking metal part of the trampoline. The fucking idiot broke his like collarbone and everything. And I got to see it happen live. Like that was probably the greatest moment of my childhood. That guy's so lucky that there was like no camera phones back then. Cause that shit would have went on World Star so fast. I'm still friends with that stupid idiot to this day. But I hope he's not fucking listening to this. But yeah, like in the 90s, there was like an epidemic in Surrey of like kids wrestling each other and like really injuring each other, right? It got so bad that they finally started showing these like documentaries in school, right? Of how wrestling's fake and how all the wrestlers are like actually talking to each other in the ring, right? They shared all the secrets of pro wrestling. Like, did you guys ever watch those specials where like magicians share all their secrets? It was like the pro wrestling version of that. And dude, I was fucking devastated, man. That was like the worst thing that could have happened to me as a child, man. That was way worse than finding out Santa Claus didn't exist. I was fucking heartbroken, man. I couldn't get over it. Like, I couldn't even look at Bret Hart the same after that shit. You know? But I still kept watching wrestling, man. And it had like it was such a huge part of my childhood. You know what I mean? Like the first pair of boobs I ever saw in my life was because of wrestling. Right? Because back in the day, there was this wrestler. Her name was Sable. And she was supposed to be in like a bikini contest or some shit, right? And like out of nowhere, she just completely took her top off. And I was like 11 years old watching that shit. She showed her like bare chest on TV, dude. She had like these black handprints on her breasts. And me and all my like 11-year-old friends were looking at each other like, dude, what the fuck are those things? Dude, I couldn't even fucking go on social media today, man. Every fucking post was about this International Women's Day shit, you know? Dude, there was this whore on my, like, social media. I won't say which social media platform, but, right? Anyways, this fucking chick, right? She has the whole fake tits and, like, the busted lip, you know, when chicks, like, put filler in their lip for some fucking reason, right? But hers is, like, really bad. It looks like fucking a scorpion, like, stung her fucking lip or something. I really hope she's not listening to this, but her post was like, Happy International Women's Day to all the strong, independent women of the world. And like, dude, I personally know the guy who financed her like breast surgery, you know? And I know for a fact she never paid him back. So I don't know, dude. And then there's all those guys, right? Those Captain Save-A-Ho types. You know, those guys are the worst, man. I know a couple of guys that were like posting like, Happy International Women's Day, and they're like the biggest fucking perverts in the world. I should probably stop talking shit before like I get in trouble. But watch, man, I'm calling it right now. In like 5 years down the road, your girlfriend or your wife's gonna get pissed off because you like never bought her anything on International Women's Day. Watch, I guarantee it. She's gonna get all pissed off at you, right? She's gonna come at you with the Sonia's boyfriend bought her a necklace on International Women's Day and you didn't buy me anything. Yeah, that's because Sonia's boyfriend's a fucking creep. You know what I want to do? I want to start like a new day for women, right? Like a new holiday as an experiment. Like the International Sisterhood Day, right? Where every woman has to buy 5 other women that are like close to her flowers, right? While the flower prices are like through the roof. I guarantee you that holiday would never get celebrated ever. I know I'm going to get a bunch of shit for this. Like, you know, people are going to think I'm sexist, but my favorite person in the whole entire world is a woman, all right? But that doesn't change the fact that all these feminists are so full of shit. Because one of their like major talking points is like the gender pay gap, right? That's the argument that women like say that they earn 80 cents for every dollar that a man earns. And it's such a like fabricated bullshit argument, you know? That argument's been debunked by like so many professors and economists. It's not even funny. All these feminists say that women make 80 cents for every dollar a man makes. But the reason for that is because women, you know, they choose like different career paths than men. They take more time off work for whatever reason, right? Like mat leave or whatever, you know, they work fewer hours than men do on average, right? And that's because in the highly unlikely event that the house gets foreclosed on, everyone's going to blame the fucking husband and not the wife, all right? So They don't have to work as many hours as men. And I'm not just pulling these stats out of my ass, all right? This is all according to like well-respected economists and professors. So if you don't believe me, just Google gender pay gap debunked, all right? You can see for yourself. It's all fucking equal, all right? This is how it works. If I work 8 hours at my job and my coworker who has a vagina also works the same exact position that I work and she works 8 hours as well, we're going to get paid the same amount, the exact same amount. Now, if I decide to fuck off for 8 hours, I don't expect to get paid the same amount as her, man. All right? Jesus fucking Christ. If you think you should get paid the exact same amount for working the same position as someone else who works more hours than you, then you're a fucking communist, dude. That's pretty much it. If you work a job and someone else works a job, the same exact job, and you work the same amount of hours, you should earn the same amount of money, all right? But if you're going to fuck off, why the fuck would you get paid? Like, it doesn't make fucking sense, dude. It doesn't make sense. I don't know, man. I'm just going to fucking change the subject here because I'm going to get like high blood pressure or some shit. So to all you like feminists out there, please direct all your hate mail to thesurreyexperience@gmail.com and try to make it funny so like I can read it on there, right? If you're just going to like attack my manhood, then I'm probably not going to read it on air, even though that is kind of funny, I guess. But I don't know, dude. I don't get why all these like chicks take anything I say on this podcast seriously, man. I'm just like a guy from Surrey, you know, who's like not trying to get laid. So obviously I'm going to fucking trash International Women's Day. Right? But I swear, man, if I was like a chick, I would be a fucking feminist too, man. If I was a fucking Muslim, I would want to assassinate Donald Trump. If I was a fucking homo, I'd be marching at the gay pride parade, you know? If I was like a fucking transgender person, I'd have like a picture of Bruce Jenner in my room. Like everything, dude. I get it, man. I get where you guys are coming from. This is my point of view, and I'm completely fucking around, okay? If you're like a feminist chick, you probably shouldn't listen to this podcast, man. You should probably go watch like Oprah or fucking some shit like that, man. Instead of like wasting your time going crazy on me. You know, when I was reading all like this hate mail these chicks send in, I came up with like a theory as to why women are so crazy. But I probably shouldn't share it because I already have enough women that like want to fucking kill me. But it's such a good theory, man. You want fuck it. What the fuck are they gonna do? All right, so this is my theory on why women are so fucking crazy. All right, in my opinion, women are fucking crazy, and this isn't some like sexist rant either. All right, women call other women crazy more than men do. All right, women are like the first ones to tell you how like out of their fucking minds other women are. Hashtag bitches be crazy. A chick came up with that fucking hashtag. All right, so my theory is women are crazy because they all wear makeup. Now hear me out, all right? All these chicks, right? They're like so obsessed with looking younger and prettier that they put all these like chemicals in their face, right? That's essentially what makeup is. Everyone always blames like the hormones and like the menstrual period, all that shit for why women get so crazy. But I really think it's the makeup, man. I really think it's like all those face masks they put on and all that cream and like they're basically just putting like chemicals right where their fucking brain is, you know? And then they're like breathing those fucking fumes in all day. Like every fucking chick from the time they're like 13 years old is putting all these chemicals on their face. They're like essentially sniffing glue every day of their lives, man. Losing brain cell after brain cell. And it's not just like once a day either, you know? They'll be like at a restaurant and they'll go to the bathroom just to touch themselves up. It's like when a cokehead goes to like the bathroom to like powder their nose every couple hours. And they don't even need like more makeup. I think their like body's just addicted to like the chemicals and the fumes. I think makeup companies like purposely put more chemicals in there just so like that their customers keep coming back for more. It's like, you know, when tobacco companies used to put nicotine in their cigarettes. It's like that kind of deal. I don't know, man. They just like fucking put on so much makeup all day, every day. And you ever notice that? Like the more makeup a chick has on, the crazier she is. I guess there's like some crazy men out there too, but Most of them are like celebrities and they wear makeup too. So like, what's that brown shit every chick puts on their face? Like, it's like the main makeup thing. It's like the fucking Microsoft of makeup. God damn it. You know what? Let me fucking Google it. Hold on. Most used makeup for women. I should have used Google Incognito to search the shit, because if someone checks my history, they're gonna think I'm like playing for the other team or some shit. All right, here we go. Most used types of makeup. Okay. Concealer. Okay, I think this is the one I was talking about. Concealer, used to cover any imperfections on the skin. Concealer is often used for any extra coverage needed to cover blemishes or any other marks. Concealer is often thicker and more solid than foundation. Okay, number 2, foundation. This is like, okay, foundation is what you put everywhere on your face. Oh, this is what I was talking about. Yeah, this is like the fucking Microsoft of makeup. Foundation. Usually a liquid, cream, or powder, as well as most recently a light, fluffy mousse, which provides excellent coverage as well. Okay, face powder. Used to set the foundation, giving a matte finish, and also conceals small flaws or blemishes. What the fuck? I thought that's what the fucking foundation was for. Okay, what else are these broads using? BB cream. BB cream stands for blemish balm. It's really good for your skin. It covers redness, scars, pimples, provides moisturizing and anti-aging. Okay. Rouge, blush, or blusher. Cheek coloring. Holy fuck, dude. These chicks thought of everything, man. A cosmetic typically used by women to redden the cheeks. I thought they were trying to like get rid of redness. It provides a more youthful appearance to emphasize the cheekbones. Contour powder. Used to define the face. It can be used to give the illusion of a slimmer face or to modify a person's face shape as desired. Highlight. Holy fuck, dude. Bronzer. What the hell is bronzer? Bronzer is a powder that you apply to your cheekbones, forehead, nose, and chin to make you look tan without the risks of tanning under the sun if you feel that you are too fair-skinned. The bronzer is not like a tanning lotion because it does not leave a permanent residue on your face. Mascara. Okay, I know that one. That's just the fucking shit that they put on their eyes. What else? Eyelash curler. Okay, there's no chemicals in that. Eyelash adhesive glue. What the fuck, dude? Okay, used to adhere false lashes to the eyes. So they put like fucking glue on their eyelashes? Oh, I don't know. Fake eyelashes. Eyebrow pencil. Damn, man. Eyebrow wax. Holy fuck, dude. Is there anything like real about these chicks? I don't know, dude. I'm gonna get so much shit for this. I'm gonna check the fucking ingredients on this because I think there has to be like some sort of chemicals in here. Let's see. Is concealer the most popular one or foundation? Okay, I'm gonna Google concealer ingredients because I think that's the most popular. Okay. Concealer for women makeup ingredients. Okay, here we go. Oh shit, this has the ingredients for everything. Okay. So, concealing cream ingredients. Water, heavy alkylate petroleum. That can't be good. Talc, beeswax. I can't even fucking pronounce that word. Sorbitane, sodium borate, titanium dioxide. Dude, like, these chicks are fucking breathing in some heavy duty shit here. Let's see, what else? You know what, let me try. Maybe concealer is like the only fucked up one. Let's try something else. Bronzer. Bronzer ingredients. Talc, nylon 12, palmonate, dimethicone, aluminum starch, lyrolizine. What the fuck, dude? See, I'm not just talking out of my ass, man. They're putting like some major fucking chemicals on their face and they're breathing that shit in, man. That shit's going right to their brain. Like, you know, I think these chicks are like fucking high all day, man. Part of me wants to fucking try it. I don't know, man. If your girl's like fucking pregnant, you know, I would tell her not to wear makeup in her like last trimester. I don't know, man. I think some of these broads need to like switch to organic fucking makeup, man. But that shit's probably not good enough, so I don't know. I feel like there's some legs to my fucking theory here. I'm probably gonna get in a bunch of shit for it, but whatever. I really didn't want to trash the ladies on this episode of the podcast, but I don't know. I guess I did it again. I could already like hear like the wrath of those fucking emails coming at me. All right, pissed off brown girl. Dear Mr. Experience, whoever the fuck you are, I know you probably won't be man enough to read this email on the air, but I hope you at least read it for your own benefit. You are not funny. Nothing you say is funny, especially your comments towards Indian women. You have no idea what it's like growing up as an Indian girl in our society. We have to deal with a handicap that you Punjabi boys don't have to deal with growing up. Your constant belittling of us is getting old. I've never belittled brown girls. I've only said brown girls can't get along with each other. That's all I've fucking ever said. You should be defending us, not making jokes at our expense. I do defend you guys. Check the first episode of this podcast. I was the first person in human history to go on record and say Surrey girls aren't sluts. I said you come to Surrey to find a wife, not a one-night stand, alright? I said that shit. We have to deal with abuse, both physical and emotional. We get ridiculed about everything from our weight, to the way we dress, to the people we associate with. You guys are the ones that ridicule each other, not us, man. When a brown girl has a bad hair day, it's another brown girl who calls her out and makes fun of her behind her back, alright? Not us. Guys don't even notice that shit. When a chick's wearing like an outdated dress, you guys fucking call her out. We have no idea what the fuck is going on, dude. We look at the ass and the boobs. That's it, alright? You guys fucking judge each other, not us. Don't put that shit on us, alright? We're sick of being judged by people like you every day. I'm the least judgmental person ever, alright? What makes you so special? What is even the point of your podcast? What are you trying to accomplish? Are you trying to gain some sort of fame by saying really mean things about people? And why don't you ever show your face? Is it because you're a coward, or are you really just that ugly? That's funny. I hope you receive this email and get something out of it. Sincerely, one pissed off brown girl. The reason this podcast still even fucking exists is just in case someone wants to get cute and talk shit about Surrey, alright? Because then I would fucking annihilate him. I would verbally assassinate him. And I would use this platform to do it, alright? That's the reason no one knows who the fuck I am. That's the reason I don't show my face. It's called fucking strategy. Because if anyone ever talks shit about us, my rebuttal is not going to be pretty, man. It's not going to be politically correct. There's not going to be any love and courage bullshit going on here, alright? It's going to be so savaged out. And it's going to be so fucking vicious that it's going to be in my best interest for nobody to know who the fuck I am. Like, people are going to want me to lose my job after that shit. That's what I'm trying to accomplish, alright? I don't give a fuck about the money. I don't give a fuck about the fame. I give these t-shirts out for free. I've turned down numerous sponsors. None of that shit matters to me. All I want is when one of these little wiener kids goes to a bar and some chick asks them where they're from and they say Surrey, I want that chick to get a little turned on. You know what I mean? Like, I want to increase his chances of getting laid. When one of these kids applies for a job and it says he's from Surrey, I want them to give him a leg up in the race, not like be a fucking liability, you know? Because for me growing up, it was the complete opposite. So I'm just trying to turn the tide here, sweetheart. And I know we're not quite there yet, but I think we're trending in the right direction. In the last year, the shit talking of Surrey has gone down considerably, alright? And I know it's mostly because of guys like Chunni and guys like DJ Intense and all the other amazing people from my city. But I'd like to think I played a small part in that as well. And I know if it ever came to it, all those great people would defend Surrey, and I understand that. But they wouldn't do it as viciously and as ruthlessly as I will. And that's because nobody knows who the fuck I am. Alright? And it's not just defending Surrey. If someone wants to talk shit about our people and it wasn't warranted, I would slaughter them too, alright? That's the reason this podcast is super underground. I kept it like that on purpose, okay? I'm taking one for the team here because I'm a fucking soldier. And just for the record, I think brown girls are awesome, alright? I'm the biggest fan. I've been hyping them for years. I've been hyping them before anybody, alright? The only flaw I see in them is they can't get along with each other, alright? They're like fucking Siamese fighting fish, man. Everything's cool until another one of them like comes in the same vicinity, and then they all lose their shit, you know? That's all I'm saying. I'm just asking you guys why you can't get along with each other, okay? That's all. If anything, I'm trying to unite brown girls here. Now that's how you spin shit. So yeah, there. I read your stupid little fucking email on the podcast, alright? You happy? And if you really want, I'll send you my picture, alright? Just ignore the fucking 2 middle fingers. Fucking bitch. Alright, now I'm gonna get to the pissed off gay dudes email. Hey, speaking of gay dudes, have you ever seen a brown girl react to 2 gay dudes making out? And they have the gall to call me judgmental. Dude, they were playing that fucking Sidhu Moosewala song. You know that fucking song? So High? Dude, they probably played that song like a million fucking times. And I gotta tell you, man, that might be the fucking greatest song I've ever heard in my life. I fucking love that song, dude. That's my jam right now. Punjabi music's just been like on fire, dude. Just been a hit after hit after hit. I was thinking about that at the party. Like, you know what you never see in Punjabi music? Like, you never see like a fucking band, you know? Like a AC/DC or like a Guns N' Roses, you know? Or even like a fucking boy band. Like, how come there's no like Punjabi Backstreet Boys? You ever think about that? Everyone's always like a fucking solo artist, you know? And there's no like Punjabi girl group either, like the Punjabi Destiny's Child. Could you imagine, dude? Brown girls in a band? How long would that last? That group would split up in like the fucking first 30 seconds. Even if you got like the greatest manager in the world, they still couldn't make that shit work. That would be an awesome reality show though. Could you imagine? You get like 4 hot brown girls and you put them in a girl group, right? And then you give them like a hit song and just sit back and watch all hell break loose. I'd watch it, you know? They should do like a brown girl group, right? Like the Punjabi Spice Girls or something. Call them the Rice Girls.